This is James chapter 4, verse 13. It says, "Look here, you who say, today or tomorrow, we are going to a certain town and will stay there a year. We will do business there and make a profit. How do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is like the morning fog. It's here a little while, then it's gone. What ye ought to say is, if the Lord wants us to, we will live and do this or that." I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKodash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, that are constantly willing well through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the beloved brethren that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and now fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Shalom to the few sisters, the Akwaf. Shalom also to the Israelite foreigners, those that may be scattered abroad. Um, you know, just more information coming out about Maui. And we in those times where, your own government, you know, um is pretty much making war against you. Okay. People are starting to wake up to the fact that um, you know, what's being done in secret, is pretty much coming to the light. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody's seeing how, you know, Maui, that island, was targeted, you know, and they got all different types of aerial views of how that direct uh energy weapon was used on, the civilians in their houses in that town, and how that the rich neighborhoods, they didn't even get touched. Okay. And it's more like this, more things like this are going to keep happening. All right. And that's why we constantly keep harping on, never trust thine enemy. All right. Time to wake up. Wake up to who you are. If you are of the seed line of Jacob, all right, which is the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, time to wake up. You see what I'm saying? Because more people are going to become homeless. More people are going to lose their lives. Um, more destruction is going to keep happening. All right, we living in some evil times, as the scriptures say. We're supposed to circumspect our minds. We're supposed to watch. We're supposed to pay attention. We're supposed to turn back to the Lord in these last days. All right, because we're living in the end. You see what I'm saying? So, I got this video queued up where pretty much, he's going in on, more information about what's going on in Maui, which we've been, brother's been reporting on it, but I'm just going to play some more of it, and then just grab a couple scriptures.
Maui, these people were murdered. Have you seen the press conferences with the mayor and the chief of police? They casually admit that they turned off the sirens. They didn't even want to warn people. We're now hearing that hundreds of bodies have been discovered in the ash and rubble. People just basically clinging together as they burned alive. And now we're hearing that the insurance companies won't pay, that the mayor is evicting everyone from the city. It's a total takeover. And essentially, these people were murdered for their property. You will own nothing. You will eat bugs. And you will be killed by the rich man. This is beyond disgraceful. But it's a sign of the times. And if they can do this in America, they can do this anywhere. If they can do this in Maui, they can do this anywhere. They can burn you out of your homes. They can repossess your property. It just takes a dew strike, an energy weapon strike, to change your world forever, to make you homeless. This is basically another form of punishment in disguise. They're coming after everyone. It's unbelievable to think that all of these people basically died in the fire. They didn't take it seriously. You'd imagine seeing this fire coming and taking off and evacuating, but they didn't get the evacuation order. Instead, they were given the idea that everything was safe. Just shelter in place. What's happening is safe and effective. The storm will pass. But essentially, these people burned alive.
Right, and that's the deception, that everything is good. Those islands over there, them is primarily where you can enjoy life at. You got the water surrounding you. Pretty sure they got good weather there. You know, probably just living life. All right, now there are Israelites on the island as well. It's not just primarily of the heathen nations, which the Samoans, the Japhites. That's what they go back to. The Polynesians, they go back to the Japhites. But you got Israel that are on the islands as well. What I'm saying, that vacation and go over there. Okay, happens all the time. You even got brothers that are on the island prophesying. So there's no excuse that you never heard the words of Yahweh Bashim Abishai. All right, and this is what the Lord is bringing forth judgment. That's what this is. It's judgment from Yahweh Bashim Abishai. Lives are going to be lost. Okay, lives are going to be destroyed. And this is what we're here to tell you, that this is what's going to keep happening until Yahweh Shai returns. All right. Let's go over here to Isaiah chapter 24. I'm gonna start at verse 7. I'm gonna read this in the NLT. It says, "The grapevines waste away, and there is no new wine. All the merrymakers sign and more. The cheerful sounds of tambourines is still. The happy cries of celebrations are heard no more. The melodious chords of the harp are silent. Gone are the joys of wine and song. Alcoholic drinks turn bitter in the mouth." Because see, these people, they're looking for help, and the government that they trusted, okay, which government goes back into mind control, okay. The government that they trusted on purposely didn't sound the alarms. The real estate, they're not helping out with their property, that got destroyed. So these people are down and out. You know what I'm saying? So even if they have a drink, it's not going to be a merry feeling when you get that, that buzz off that alcohol. It's not going to be it's going to be a bitter feeling, because they don't got nothing to go back to. So now they just got to figure it out. You see what I'm saying? And times is already hard as it is, and you just stuck on an island in hopes that you get some shelter and you got somewhere to take care of you and your family at. You know what I'm saying? All right? It says, "The city rife in chaos. Every home is locked to keep out intruders." All right? The city of confusion is being broken down, man. Right? And Hawaii, is part of the state of America, man. So even the Lord is even hitting your favorite vacation spots, because we're definitely not in a time of mirth. We're not in a time of joy and happiness. So it's the Lord showing you that, what mind frame should you be in? We're in the time of tribulation. We're in the time of judgment. Okay, all right, and those that lost their lives. Okay, well, the Lord put the spirit on Esau to do that, to have them lives be taken and brought back to the Most High. All right, because really the Most High is in the control of who lives or who dies. You had some people that made it out, and you had some people that perished in the fire. Some people that were just lost. They ain't even found them yet. Okay, and the death toll is just still rising. Psalm 68 and 20. It says, "He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High that the Lord belongeth the issues from death." You see? All right. The Lord has the power, okay, to rescue us from death. All right, and that's why we all lead on the names of Yahweh Bashim Shai. We all depend on Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. You know, all right, because ultimately the Lord can have mercy, but most of them people the Lord didn't have mercy on. Okay, He took them out, and more people, more of these judgments are gonna happen. They're gonna happen in California. More of these judgments gonna take place in New York, Chicago, Atlanta. Okay, you name it. It's going more judgment is going to keep happening. Let's go back to this video.
Some people were lucky enough to jump into the water and survive, but essentially, hundreds of people, if not 1,000 people, were murdered in a horrible way. And now we're learning that survivors are being evicted and that their property is being repossessed. It's amazing. Just like that, these people were made homeless, everything taken away from them. These people are never going to recover what they've lost. And it's not just happening in Hawaii, it's happening in many places. Wherever they can get away with this, they will basically burn you out of your homes. Call it climate change. Have you seen all of the headlines? Heart attacks, strokes. Oh, it's climate change. Are you happy? It's climate change. You're going to die. That's in the headlines now. That's the science. And they're coming back for more. We're hearing that they're going to bring back mask mandates in mid-September. A new strain of COVID is coming around. So they're never going to give up with their money-making scheme. Get your vaccines. Get your booster. It's 100% effective. Get your second booster. Get your third booster. It's effective. How many times are we going to hear the same song and dance before people get irate? How many more towns have to get wiped out? How many more conservatives have to be persecuted? How many more people have to die before we stand up and fight? This is a war. This is an asymmetric war against humanity. They're poisoning the food, the air, the water. They're spraying you like bugs. They're surrounding you with death towers, irradiating you. They're making people sick with technology, and then they're calling it COVID.
And he has a point there, because the technology is making people sick, and the chemicals and the metals and all that shit that is in your body is reacting to the frequencies that you can't even see. So your immune system is getting attacked. And one thing that helps with the metals in your body is cilantro. Look into cilantro. Cilantro is something good, and to get the metals out your body. And um, what is it called? It's called it's evading my mind right now. Lord's willing, it comes back to me. But it's something else that binds all the metals in your bodies, and it pretty much absorbs it and pushes it out your body quickly. But if I remember it, I'll say it though. But I'm gonna go over here to Revelation 12 and 12. Because like he said, it's war. It's war, and this is what we've been warning you people, that it's war. We in time of war. We in a time of war. We ain't in a time of peace. Okay? Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. You see? They're attacking your food. They're killing you. They're releasing GMO bugs to infect you. You know what I'm saying? They tampering with your water. This devil is going to extreme measures in order to put many to death. Okay? And that's exactly what he's doing. And he's telling you to trust in science, take these vaccines, okay? And everything's gonna be all good while whatever he's putting inside those syringes, that shit is chemically altering you and destroying you from the inside out, man. You know? But most people, they rather trust the government, okay? And the government is the one that's talking to you, all right? Who owns the government? The elite banking families. Esau, Edom. That's who owns the government, all right? Let me see. I'll look up the word wrath. All right. The word wrath goes back to the root word, which is thio, which means a sacrifice, emulate, to slay, kill, to slaughter. All right. So when it says he's coming down with great wrath, okay, it's to slaughter, it's to kill, it's to sacrifice you. And that's what's going on. Esau is sacrificing you simple Americans all for their agenda. And they'll do that. They'll sacrifice you just to fulfill their agenda. You see what I'm saying? Whatever they got envisioned, whatever they want planned to set up them 15-minute cities, you know what I'm saying? And they'll sacrifice people to get that shit done. That's the devil that we've been warning you about. Okay? Let's go back to the video.
And then they're injecting people with the death vax. And they're killing people that way, as they call it, safe and effective. Everything these people talk about is pure lies. Just like the elections, just like everything else, it's a scam. And it's only going to get worse if we do nothing. Complacency is not the answer. Doing nothing is not the answer. The choices may seem slim and slender right now. What can you do without getting thrown in prison for 100 years? People are getting arrested for just feeding the homeless. Have you seen all these people on the streets? That's the new death row. And if you think you're okay, just wait until the dew weapon hits your neighborhood and boom, you look like this. And now you're homeless. Now you're on death row. No trial, no jury, no due process. Just a criminal system with technology that's just out of control. Just wait until they roll out the RoboCops. Just wait until everything's digital currency, digital ID, like China. You don't have a sufficient credit score, social credit score, you're going to get shut out of society. No job, no transportation, no home. If you're not a groomer, a sodomite, a deviant, you're going to be locked out of society. If you're not a devil worshiper, if you don't take the mark of the beast, you're going to be locked out of society. That's your future.
Woo.
It's going to be like...
And time is fastly approaching to these times, you know? All right, times is fastly approaching. As we in those times, man, where things are gonna change overnight. Just like the people of Maui, they never thought that their life was just gonna come to a stop like that, you know? All right, they thought that they was gonna live their life. Majority of these people are proud. They just proud. They think they're just living their American dream and living their life. But it's gonna hit you when you least expect it. All right, it's gonna hit you when you least expect it. That's how the Lord does things. Okay, that's exactly how Yahweh Shai does things, man. You know, and that's why let's go over here to Habakkuk, the second chapter. It says, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. You heard that, man, what he said? Same thing we've been saying. It's going to come a time where they're going to force you to take that MARK, and if you don't take it, if you don't get down with the system, they're going to put you to death and lock you out the system. You know? They already got it going on in China. You need facial recognition in order to get money onto like your card, and you can't have your family members do it because it's tied to the biometrics of their face. And they're locking people out the system. This is the same thing that's going to happen over here in America. You know, the times are short. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. And who's that talking about? These Edomites. They're not right, and they're about bloodshed. Okay? Right? They're about murdering people. That's what they're about. Also fulfill their agenda. Okay, and the Lord's going to even allow them before the Most High allows Yahushua to take them down. It says, but the just shall live by his faith. And that's what we living by. That's the only answer and the solution to this thing of getting out of these hellish times, is really living by faith and turning back to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, because there ain't no physical way to stop Esau unless the Lord comes. That's the only way that the physical takedown of these devils is going to happen, is when Yahweh Shai returns. You see? But as we're here, we're going to live by faith, all right? And that's knowledge and wisdom should be a stability of thy time. You see what I'm saying? We're going to just trust in Yahweh by Shema Shah, because more things are going to get hard, more things are going to get bad. Okay? But nevertheless, the Lord's going to take care of his servants, just as he said. You know? So I just wanted to bring that out real fast. Lord willing, you have been edified. With that, I'm going to say shalom.